Yesterday, we spoke to Greg Clayman, publisher of The Daily, about how the tablet is revolutionizing the media industry. Today, I'm very happy to continue that conversation with Chris Hercik, creative director of the Sports Illustrated Group. Chris previously served as art director at magazine publisher Rodale. He's been recognized with the Gold Medal of Excellence from the Society of Publication Designers and worked on the past 7 swimsuit issues, as well as the magazine's redesign in 2009. Chris Hercik's latest promotion came in conjunction with the debut of the Sports Illustrated digital edition for the iPad. His fingerprints are all over the key features of the app, including ways of sharing stories, advanced user interfaces, and navigation tools. It's a great honor that Chris has joined us today at Mashable Connect. Please welcome Chris to the stage.
This demo of what Sports Illustrated might look like on a tablet got a lot of attention.
My name is Terry McDonald. I'm the editor of Sports Illustrated, and here's your new issue.
Today, Apple came out with its new half-inch thick electronic tablet, a kind of giant iPod Touch called the iPad.
Major publications from the New York Times to Sports Illustrated are developing new media applications for the iPad.
Will people have to pay for this content?
Absolutely, it's valuable. This is very valuable content. The possibilities, are almost endless. It's intuitive, and our stuff just looks so great.
What about the argument, though, that this could put magazines out of business?
No, boy, are we in business. This is a whole other way for me to edit, for you to consume. This is a door being kicked open.
So you have to embrace it. You have to go with it.
Well, at least you want to dance.
Sports Illustrated is a monster traditional brand. Empowered engineers and developers, like all of you in this room, creating new versions of Sports Illustrated. This is a poll that we're doing live right now about how to build a baseball franchise, and this is a new idea in advertising. You can change the lens and see what that's like. So this advertising can become content in and of itself. And then, of course, we can show you where to buy it. Advertising in these new digital environments can be so enriched that marketers can go deep into what was formerly a page or a time-limited TV spot to engage customers in any number of new ways. Sports Illustrated's Snapshot delivers the best sports photos of the day every day with 10 eye-popping images selected by SI photo editors. It's built in HTML5 to be searchable, shareable, and immediately accessible in the Chrome browser. Users can vote for their favorite photo, also customize and organize their sports by league and team, aggregating news and scores, and of course by location. Snapshot is a customizable app that delivers the best of sports through the lenses of Sports Illustrated's photographers. Sports Illustrated Swimsuit launched in 2011 across numerous platforms with more than 1,300 photographs, video equal to 2 full-length feature films, new music from 8 indie bands, numerous interactive enhancements, not to mention behind-the-scenes footage from the shoots, and each model telling her favorite joke. iPad and Android tablet editions, smartphone mobile apps, a web app for the Chrome Web Store, a 3D production for the Sony PlayStation Network, the 2011 Swimsuit Selection Show for DirecTV, and of course the iconic print issue are all part of the most ambitious production yet for a franchise that this year reached more than 65 million. All Access bundles together the next generation of SI on Apple iPads, Android tablets and smartphones, and web access on SI.com. The idea is simple. Deliver SI content to consumers at all touch points on all platforms, anytime, anywhere for one annual fee. Trusted, authentic, agenda-free reporting and storytelling with the highest level of photography and design. That's the foundation of Sports Illustrated across all platforms.
So Chris, Sports Illustrated was one of the first magazines on the iPad, and you've published about 40 issues to date.
47.
47. What have you learned so far?
As you can see, it's been a pretty busy and interesting year. I think one of the biggest things that we learned this past year is even a monster brand, as Terry alluded to, a 57-year-old brand needs to be innovative, needs to respond to changes, and needs to kind of reinvent itself every now and then. And we embraced the new technology before it even happened. And by being that far out ahead of the curve, we were able to now be 47 issues into the iPad, on 2 Android tablets, and ready for the next ones to come out, mobile apps. And to think only a year ago, we only had basically the print issue and the website. Maybe one app at the time. But since that date, we've produced all of these products. And it all boils down to the core, which is the award-winning journalism, the award-winning photography. And once we have that, we can repackage it and reach out for different audiences. I mean, the whole goal in this is to reach sports fans and enthusiasts at multiple touch points. And we've done, as you can imagine, numerous focus groups and testing. And people want to be able to, read the news on their phone. They want to set it down. They want to pick it up on the iPad. They want to read it there. Then they want to set it down and pick it up and look at it online. And right now, we're using the technology as best as we can. And it's been a fun, busy year.
Right, so you mentioned that you're on smartphones, you're on several different tablets. As a designer, what sort of, how do you do that? How do you get the issue out every week on so many different form factors? This
is the question that I get asked, and to be honest, I still don't know how we do it. I mean, it's amazing. We went from a 4-day work week to a 6-day work week. Our designers and staff are amazing. The thing that kind of gets lost in this whole process when you see other publications and magazines out there that maybe have a little more bells and whistles than we do is that we have to do this every week. And we don't just produce the app, we produce the weekly magazine. And the weekly magazine is as strong as it's ever been. I mean, we reach 3.15 million people every week just for the print edition. So everything always starts with the core, everything always starts with print. And from print, we then transition. On Monday night, we close the weekly issue. On Tuesday at 4 o'clock, we close the iPad. And at Wednesday at 4 o'clock, we close the Galaxy and the Zoom. So basically, while everybody else has a month or so to build theirs, we do it in probably 48 hours.
And you launched a new sort of interesting subscription model earlier this year. Can you tell us more about it and how's it doing so far?
There's 2 parts to that. Last week, Apple announced that we are now doing subscription validation. Okay. But if we can back up even to February of this year, Sports Illustrated launched a program that's never been done before, and it was called All Access. And basically, for one fee, you can access all of the content across all of these platforms. And until last week, the missing piece to that was the iPad. And now that has allowed us to now really fulfill all of the technology and all of the Android and the iPad devices and the Apple devices, and it's been amazing. It's only a week in, so we don't really have numbers on that, but if half of our 3.15 million subscribers just validate, I mean, it's a large number. It's a large potential, but it's just a great program that allows you to get SI everywhere. It's part of our plan to take over the world.
Now, you're producing content on so many different devices, on the web, in print, on devices. How are you bridging, is all that content the same, or how are you bridging content across all those different platforms?
There's a couple different ways. I mean, for the tablets, it starts kind of with our print.
Yeah.
For our phones and our other mobile devices, it starts with our RSS feeds. And so there's a couple of processes that happen. It's really hard to figure out where everything goes, to be honest with you, because but everything always originates from the magazine, from print.
And how does that work in a 24-hour news cycle?
Well, it's been great, because part of what we're learning with all of these devices is the magazine or the publication is only as good as its frequency. And even as a weekly, which is considered a news magazine, I like to say that weeklies are now the new monthlies, because it's still in the age of 24/7. We're still late on the news, but we still have the best journalism, the best photography. So what we're doing is figuring out ways to bring in live news and up-to-the-minute news right in the app. So you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting the great inside the locker room story and the meetings with Tom Brady and those sorts of things, but you're also getting the truth and rumors, which is the latest breaking news about trades and sports. You're getting scores. You're getting all of this in real time.
And it sounds like, you've shown me a little bit from the second version of the app that you're going to integrate that even more. Would you mind giving us a sneak
Sure.
preview?
Now, just a little caveat. This is a prototype, so basically, we've had a year now to figure out what the Sports Illustrated on the tablet really is. And now as we transition into the 2.0 version, our audience really wants it to be a really immersive experience. But they also want it to be as timely as possible. And with all the social media outlets, they also want to be interactive. We almost want to kind of step back and let the reader interact directly with the writer, with the journalist. And this is kind of the direction we're going. A couple of slides here, of course, these would all be interactive, but just starting off in the front of the book, right in the very first page, a live news feed that pulls in our 24/7 Twitter feed. So basically, as you're starting to read here, any of the latest breaking stories, latest breaking news, when we broke the A-Rod story on steroids, would be streaming in live.
How if I'm subscribing to the app, I'm downloading it every week. When I know there's a big breaking story, will I open the app, or I'll see that because I happen to open on Wednesday?
Part of it will be alerts, and part of it will be in real time. And there'll be, when this launches, there'll be an explanation. So basically, what we want to do is, even when this has a shelf life of a week, we want it to change every day. So we want the reader to open it every single day and have new content. And I even see a world where you saw that we demoed the Snapshot, where people get 10 great photos every day. If we could roll that into our magazine app, when you opened it up, our leading off section, you would get 10 new photos every single day of the week. And that's where we're going, is just kind of mixing fluid content along with our best core content. And this is basically what we're just calling our social scoreboard. And on the left, you have our Twitter feed that comes from Peter King and Chris Mannix and all of our great writers. In the middle, you have our Facebook wall page. And on the right, some of our YouTube videos, but all consolidated in one page. So when you're sitting there, you're constantly getting all the latest, and you can see what Peter King is talking about, who's he interviewing at the moment, and of course, the main goal is to allow it to comment, to post, to interact. And you'll see later on, as we move forward, when it gets to a specific story, you'll be able to comment directly on the story.
And where will those comments appear?
Right within the page.
And other users will be able to see them? Will that be synced with the web, or just other tablet users?
At the moment, it's strictly for tablet, but I don't know why we wouldn't integrate it into the web. One of the upfront section of the magazine is all of our news from Inside Sports, and this is just the Inside Baseball column. And this also has one of the most read sections of our website, and it's the truth and rumors. And basically, it's the up-to-the-minute, like who's being traded, who's going where, who's doing what. And now, as you're reading the story, Justin Verlander threw a no-hitter. If it was actually during the game, an alert would come in that says he just threw a no-hitter, and here's kind of the story. We also are producing these kind of social pages for some of our bigger writers who are more socially inclined, And Joe Poznansky is one of our biggest ones. In the center, you would have his current blog that he does. At the top, you can listen to what he calls his podcasts, and then his Twitter feed on the right. And of course, these would also be interactive. So you could comment right to Joe and then the back and forth. And then the just simple elements like the very back page of the magazine where we'll be posting and interacting directly with the writer or the columnist and potentially just commenting on the story. And so this is kind of where we're going with the next version. We figured out, we already produced the magazine content. We add about 30 to 40% more every week. That's original videos, that's original content, that's great historical stuff. And now if you layer on top of this, the whole social media, it becomes a really powerful and immersive experience. And that's really what our readers have wanted.
And how much does it cost for me to get access on my iPad or on multiple Android devices?
The subscription I think that offer right now is $48, but that's print plus digital. Okay. So you'll get the printed issue every week and you'll get access to all of the digital properties. Or you can download single copies as well.
And so what are you going to do with the website? Are we going to expect this to look, the website to look more like the tablet version later? I mean, all of the content on the website is for free, so am I mainly just getting access to blogs there, or what can I find? Well,
the website and the magazine from day one has always been different. The magazine content does not go up online, and the online content is not in the magazine. It's a very different business entity. And that way you can't say, well, I can get the content for free here. It's all original content in both places. So there will be some crossover when we start getting into social because it's the same kind of content, but you'll be able to access that from different touch points.
So it's really like if I just use the tablet, then that's almost the one place where I can get everything that you're producing. Pretty
much, yeah.
That's good. And, are tablets making any money yet? When is that going to happen?
It's from day one. The other kind of component to this, I mean, it's been a very successful dual revenue stream for SI. Our readers and our subscribers on one hand, and our advertising component on the other side. I mean, just this year, because of all of these digital properties, for the first quarter of this year, advertising is up 12%. We still have a healthy subscriber rate of 3.15 million, and we're at an average subscriber fee of about $45. So all business units are doing very well. And it's because of all these properties that advertisers are coming to us saying, what's next? What are you guys doing next? They're looking for, we just launched Big Ticket, which wasn't in this because we just relaunched it about a week ago. And what that is it's streaming photos from all of the live major events from our photographers, not from other sources. They're just strictly Sports Illustrated. So from the golf tournament that's going on right now, you're getting live streaming photographs. From the NBA playoffs, every game you're getting photographs right on your device. So it's things like that that are just constantly. Like I said, I just really don't know how we do all of this.
Yeah, it is impressive. And when can we expect to see version 2.0 hit the App Store?
Hopefully within the next month. There's a lot that still has to go on, and yes, and I have to go back to New York tomorrow to do this. But no, it should be out there within the next month or so.
And we still have a few minutes left. If anyone would like to pose a question to Chris, we have a microphone on the left side and the right side. Love to hear from you. Okay, I think, did I miss anything?
That's about it.
All right, well, thank you all for your time. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.